Good evening, guys. Hope you are doing great. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for asking, guys. How's everything going so far? Very nice. So, this is a Q&A session. So, we are going to discuss mainly Python questions today. It is related to Python or AI. Maybe one or two questions on Excel and Power BI as well. Okay. That is what we are supposed to discuss today. So, let the other people also join in. Then we will discuss. Nice. Let me share my screen and then we can start discussing. Let's increase the size a little bit. Yeah. So this question is on Python basics. The difference between list, tuple, set, and dictionary. I think this is the major question today. So we have to understand the difference between all the four collection data types. So I'll go and explain you this with an example showing live in the code and you will understand. I hope you guys have basic idea about Python, most of you. Nice. So let me just open Jupyter Notebook and then we will discuss. Okay, still, those who are new, maybe you will have Python sessions later or regular sessions. This is a Q&A session where I try to cover the questions which you ask through the Google Form link. So those questions I am going to cover today. So we are going to discuss this topic. This is called list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So I'll give you a basic example and then we are going to talk about all these four. So we cannot discuss in more of a detail, but I can give you a major analogy to understand the difference between all that. Okay. So for example, if I am working, let's say on any data set, or maybe if I am creating anything, just say for example, coding is all about that you want to work with some numbers, you want to work with some instructions. So if I write a very small piece of code, maybe I write here A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20. And then I can just simply add these values together. You see, so I wrote three instructions here. The first instruction which holds 10, the second instruction which holds 20, and the third instruction which performs an operation, that is addition, right? So like this is how we have. Don't get confused, guys. This is common for all. So if Python is not started for you, later on you might learn Python. Great. So this is how you can understand. Now here what we need to understand is 10 is the value and this A is identifying these values. So instead of writing 10 plus 20, now we are just identifying those values with their names like A plus B. And still it has the same meaning because A is identifying 10, B is identifying 20. So it's like maybe you might love a dog and you don't call it a dog, you give a proper name, maybe Tommy, Rocky, or something like that. Still it is a dog, but you have given a name. Same way, you can directly work with values, but it becomes quite difficult to work with values. So we are going to identify these values with some name, A and B. These values are common values. These are called basic values. This value could be a number, this value could be a text, but this is a single value. On the other hand, because we do not want to work with single value, we might want to work with pool of values, collection of values, especially when we are dealing with any data set. For example, you don't always have one employee, you might have employee and it contains all the employee IDs. So for example, I have employee ID here, which is nothing but a collection 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You might have this collection, right? So you might have this collection in this format. You might have this collection in some other format. So this formatting of collection is nothing but called collection data type, because here you are not identifying a single value. Instead, you are identifying multiple values here. So here you are identifying 9 different values. These type of data are known as collection data type. Make sense? Naveen Kumar, I can't take this is Q&A session, so those things will be covered in maybe your regular sessions. Great. That is Naveen out of scope. Great. Now, let's see here. So these values are identified collection. The whole collection you are able to identify. Earlier you had a single value. Now you have a collection of values. So think of a data analyst. You are creating a table and maybe it's an employee table where you have maybe multiple columns. Let's say you have employee ID as one column. Then you have name as the second column. Then maybe the third is like role you might have, and fourth maybe salary. These are the 4 columns we have. So when you are designing a database or when you are writing, creating this application, developing this software, and someone asks you that this information we want to store. So you need to define that what type of collection your employee ID is going to be, what type of collection of your name is going to be. Why we need to define the collection type? Why? Because in some of the cases, you want that my employee ID uh, shall not be changed. So if anyone try to change the employee ID, they are unable to change. This is like one property. Maybe you also want that employee ID cannot be duplicated. This could be another property. So, okay, I want to apply 2 rules on my employee ID collection, that the employee ID shall not be changed, employee ID shall not be duplicated. But if I talk about name column or name collection, name can be duplicated and name can be renamed also. So maybe I want different property here. I want to allow duplicate. I want to allow editing as well. In the third case also we have role. We might do not want to allow editing of role, but there can be multiple people with same role, right? Are you getting my point? So this brings us to different type of collections. So we have 4 different type of collection data types. We have list, we have tuple, we have set, and we have dictionary. Are you clear? Make sense? So that how it brings. So your lists are represented in square bracket. You execute, and when you check the type of this employee ID, it's always a list. But if you change it, only the bracket can change the everything. If instead of using a square bracket, if you use this open parenthesis, and now if you check the type of this employee ID, type of this employee IDs, it has become a tuple. List allows everything, allow everything. It allows duplicate, it allows editing, it allows everything. Tuples are not mutable. They do not allow any editing. You cannot change the values if you have applied tuple property. Similarly, we also have set, and you can create your employee ID maybe in form of set by using curly braces here. And the moment you check the property of this, it has become a set now. And these set are not duplicated. They do not allow any duplicate. Even though this is a set, if you write duplicate also, If you execute, it does not allow any duplicate. It will always give you the unique value. So this is called set. So all three are same. You can only just change the bracket, and bracket will change their nature, their structure. You can use square bracket for list. You can use open parenthesis for tuple. You can use curly braces flower bracket for set. Dictionary is a little different. है ना? No, sets are not mutable as well, or partially mutable, you can say. Okay, great. Now let's talk about dictionary. Dictionary is different. You see, how do we use a common dictionary? Maybe English dictionary. How does that work? So common dictionary is nothing but like you have maybe word and then you have a meaning. So we can say this word is nothing but a key and that meaning is nothing but a value. So dictionary are created in key and value pairs where you have key and you have values there. Okay. So if you want to create a dictionary, you need again flower bracket, but you need to identify some key. For example, you might have name and you identify Uvesh. You might have age and you write here age. You might have gender and you write your gender. Gender. And you write here male. Like this. If you check the type of this is called a dictionary. So only dictionary differs. Dictionary stores your values in key value pairs. Now dictionary also has its own property. Okay. Are we clear guys now? Any doubt here? So these are the four different collection data types which can be used for different purposes. I hope you guys are clear with this. You can say, but generally it considered as partially mutable or non-mutable. Both things. Okay. Dictionary does not allow duplicate because dictionary also stores keys. You can have only one key to a lock. So it like that. You can only have one key. You cannot have duplicated key. Make sense? Great. I hope you guys are clear now. Yes, one key can have multiple values. So if you want to have, this is possible. You not only have Uvesh, you can have a list of names. Maybe you have multiple names here. Maybe you have Hussein here. You can have single value, you can have double value, you can have 100 values. That is your choice. Now this key will identify all people ages and this key will identify all people's gender. This is also possible. Make sense? That is specific only, Rajesh. All the others does not have any key, but dictionary has key. You store everything in key value pairs. No, there are two different things again about key dictionary, guys. You can think of two ways. This is your inner structure now. Now this inner structure does allow all the duplicates because it is a list now. Here you have one, but here you can have multiple. And if you want to see, let's try to add. We have this dictionary. Maybe you add name one more time. And maybe you write A, comma B. So if you see, you are not able to add name one more time. It is not being added. You only have name once. It has replaced your name completely. But you have only name once. So duplicate does not allow here. Are we clear? So these are the four different data types. You have a list, you have tuple, and you have your set. And about dictionary, the thing which you need to remember, this is store values in key value pair. That is the main key point about this. Are we clear? Great. So this is just a doubt and I tried to cover. Even I have wrote all the properties, what is allowed, what is not allowed. So you can just go through this one more time and you will understand in more detail. Make sense? But I have given you the basic or the great understanding about dictionaries and all. Clear? So these collection data types are also known as, these collection data types only are also known as data structures in Python for analytics. Same thing will be referred as data structures. Clear guys? At a time we can write both male and female names, sir? Yes, we can. Great. Let's move ahead with the second question. Python tools used in real-time company projects. Earlier also we also did discuss you did not write print. We don't need print, Arun. We can write print, or if you want to display only single value, you can always directly call it by variable name. Still it will work. So don't worry about that. We use print to display multiple outputs, and if you want to display result with some message, or else we can directly also display. So there can be multiple ways of doing one thing. So try to explore how many ways there are. Clear? Great. So now, what are the Python tools which we use in real-time company projects? So here I have created a list because Python is a multi-purpose language. It can be used for development. It can be used for data analytics. It can be used for AI. It can be used for data science. So many things it can be used for. So for development tool, you are going to use different set of environment. For analytics, different type. And for APIs, automation, or maybe other, you have different. Okay, so in companies also, you are not using Python as an standalone. You are always using Python in combination of some other, maybe framework or maybe some other tools or languages. Python is very adaptive language, so it can be used almost everywhere. You can write Python code in Excel, in Power BI, in Tableau. You can even write Python code along with some other frameworks, maybe Django or maybe Flask or maybe any other. Correct? So I have created all this. What do you need to use in development? What or how it can be used for analytics, and how can it be used for API and automation? Clear? Great. Let's move ahead. And also one more thing, guys, those who are targeting data analytics role or data science role, I would recommend you that concentrate more on problem solving mindset rather than hardcore coding. Because nowadays coding is easy. You may be able to get your coding through ChatGPT, or but you should get your logic. What type of coding you want? So you need to learn that logic, the way you ask questions, the way you generate these code, those needs to be done. Okay. This code where we post, you can use maybe Google Colab as well. You can use Google Colab or you can use this, your choice. It's not like that. It's not direct Chand. It's Mohan. It is actually very different. Once you create a project, for example, you see, if you want to really create, let's say this is your project. So here, if you go to file and download as, so depending on your application, you need to download it in executable format. and the executable format is generally .py format. You download it and then you deploy it. Maybe generally for data analytics problem, we use Hugging Face or any other interface. There you deploy it with some other requirements, then you create connection and then it will work. So it's not straightforward that you can do it directly. Okay. Pandas is a library or tool. You can refer it in any way, whatever you want. Okay. I hope you guys are clear now. If you are installing, if you are not finding any library, guys, simple is that you write pip install your library name. If you want to install pandas, you can just execute this. And you see it is going to show you whether it is installed or not. Here you just need to change the library or module name or tool name. You can write pandas, you can write numpy or whatever library is not found. That's the easiest way to install anything. Make sense? So you just need to break it down, guys. Python looks so vast, Python looks so confusing. So you just need to break it down. We have Python for programming purpose, for software development purpose. We also have Python for some other purposes. The thing at early stage, the problem we create by ourselves is that we try to understand each and everything. That is not your job. Python is so vast, you even if you try, you cannot learn so easily. It is very vast. So you need to identify those things. What we need to learn. What do we need to learn in programming? What do we need to learn in analytics or data science part? You can't learn each and everything about Python. It's so vast. So many libraries, so many functionalities, in so many ways it can be used. To just learn concentrated things, whatever you need. Make sense? Okay, we have shared multiple times. I have shared plans in Q&A that what can you remember and what topics you need to cover, how you can cover. We have discussed all those things in multiple ways. Okay. Remembering Lavanya will come automatically once you start practicing. Only practice can help you to remember these things. है ना? So if you want me to tell you what could be the basic, so in programming I feel you need to cover the collection data types, the data types, list, tuple, set, dictionary, then string, and maybe float, int, all these data types. Then you cover the conditional programming, then learn about the control flow structures, means for loop especially, then maybe loop comprehension, and then maybe sorry you can learn about functional programming, and then you can skip OOP for now and move to directly Python for analytics, where you can learn pandas, numpy, and matplotlib. That's it. And whatever you have inside that, that is what you need to learn. Okay, great. Now look at it, how AI simplifies complex sheet sales and market research. So AI can be used in multiple ways. I have just wrote here few things, like it does not help you directly. You see, I have write a key point also. AI improves speed and accuracy, but does not replace everything completely. And this is very fundamental thing, guys. I don't know why people get confused in that. If AI can replace your Excel, can replace your Power BI, then frankly speaking, then nobody needs you at all. है ना? AI will work automatically. है ना? That is the thin gap. You are using AI to solve your problems early, to reduce the time by writing formulas using ChatGPT. You are doing all of that. If you think that you can analyze each and everything by simply using AI, then there is no job for you. Okay, we will just buy some AI tool and it will do our job, right? So try to use that. How can we debug our Python code? For example, let's say in Excel, I'm taking just any data set, any random data set maybe. Okay, let's learn Python only. So we have another environment as well as Google Colab. So here you will understand automatically. For example, I'm just creating a new notebook. Many of you agree, right? So AI is not everything after all. AI is here to help you. So just use that help. Don't depend entirely on AI. Okay, let me just try it. You see here, I can just do the hardcore coding, or I can just click on this generate and I can just simply say, load, show me the default data set we have in Python. Let me see, does Python have any default data set? So it is writing for you. But you should have that mindset. Okay, Python must be having some default data set. Let's ask whether Python has some of these default data set or not. Let's see. It is writing. Maybe the internet is a little bit slow. Not slow. It's not responding. Maybe just accept and run for now and just close it. And it does tell you you have iris data set, and you have this type of iris data set you have. And I just don't want this data set. I want to say, let me just rewrite. Click on this. It is asking you explain code, transform code. I want to transform code. Only display the dataset names. No explanation needed. This is how AI can help you. You can even read your dataset. You can display all the dataset. You can even start working with dataset. It can allow you to create maybe charts, maybe visuals. But which visual you need, what type of solution you want, that you need to think. You cannot just rely for that on AI. Okay, I think many users are using this on the same time. So it's a little bit responding slow, but let's see. Okay. It is showing, still you see, it is showing me incorrect thing. But okay, anyhow, let's move ahead. And I'm just asking another code. Simply just load the Titanic dataset and display live or died people percentage pie chart. Enter. So you should know what do you want exactly. Let's see what type of coding it is going to give me. Let's wait a minute. And it has given me some coding. I'll just accept and run. If I don't like, I'll change it later. And it has loaded this and created a pie chart. 38.4% people survived and 61.6% people died. And it has done all this coding. It is using Seaborn and Matplotlib. Here it is loading the data set. Then it has calculated the count of survived and not survived. Here it has calculated the percentage. Here it has prepared the labels which you want to add on your pie chart. And here we have created a pie chart. Maybe you are not getting it at all. You just click on this pen icon and then click on explain code. And it is going to explain what have you wrote. So this is how AI can help you to debug your code, to maybe analyze your code, maybe to visualize your code or whatever data set you are using. So with the help of AI, you can understand these things very easily. Same goes with Excel. Now it has explained everything. What is the meaning of import? Why are you importing Matplotlib? What is this load data? What is the meaning of this line? You can always ask any question, whatever you want. And it will keep exploring, keep explaining you the concepts. Are you getting this, guys? Make sense? Yeah. Still, same way, You can even go to ChatGPT. And here maybe you write very small prompt. Maybe you are just solving a little problem. Maybe you are stuck in VLOOKUP. So you can just provide your use case. As I have told you earlier as well, you need to think of only three things: the role you want to set for AI, the situation you are dealing with, and the solution you want, the conditions you need to add. So maybe you just write here, help me with VLOOKUP formula, explain in a clear way using an example. This is how AI can help you. So it will explain you how VLOOKUP can be useful and how it can work with a use case. This is your data set. You just copy this data set, come back to Excel. This is the data set. Come back to Excel. You got your data set here. Come back here, what question it want. You see, it is asking multiple questions. It is explaining this VLOOKUP formula. You just try to apply this VLOOKUP formula now. Maybe I just go here. I write this formula. What was the E value? It is telling me E2 value is 103. I'm looking for a result for 103. And you see you are getting Aman. Now you can understand how this VLOOKUP has been applied. What is this 103? And now you can just concentrate. You can look at the definition, how it has explained you. So all the recordings are uploaded to your LMS portal. So do not worry. You can just watch all the recordings there. Clear? Great. So those who are still confused, this is Q&A session, guys. This is not any regular session. This is just a Q&A session where I try to answer the questions which you asked through the Google form link. So if you have any doubt, you can just still drop your queries through the Google form link. Great. Yes, you can do that. So whatever we learn in Q&A session, this can also help you whatever your regular learnings are in multiple ways. This is actually a big question, that how can we transform data in Power BI? There are multiple ways to transform data in Power BI. Let me just show you some of the ways that how can we transform our data there. Okay. Let me just open Power BI. I hope you guys know already what Power BI is. So Power BI is nothing but a business intelligence tool, which is uh, mainly used to generate insights from a raw data, and which further can help you to make data driven decisions. I'm just starting with a blank report, and let me just load the data. So we want to learn that how can we transform raw data into insights, or how can we create dashboards. All the steps are written in detail. Let me just show you one or two examples that how do you get started. Okay, this is your Power BI. For example, I'm just loading the sample data. You can get any data by using get data from another source. For now, I'm just loading the sample data, load sample data. You can select the data which you want to load. So I'm loading some data here, financial data, and then just load. It will take few seconds and it will be loaded, and then we will start working. Okay, let's this data set loaded. Okay, I think data is loaded. Yeah. So here if you see, you have all these columns. In table view also you have the view similar to Excel. You can see all these columns here. This is the data which you have. So there can be multiple ways of transforming data, but the major tool which we use here in uh, let's say Power BI to transform the data, that is called Power Query Editor. How do we open Power Query Editor? You can just click on these three dots and here you see transform data. So the moment you click on transform data, it will open another tool which is inbuilt to Excel as well as Power BI. This is called Power Query Editor. As the name on top you can see, it is Power Query Editor only. Now here we can perform all the transformation, whatever you want. For example, maybe you don't want these three columns. Shift right arrow, you select, right click and click on remove columns. Your columns are gone. Maybe you, let's say, want to display country in capital letters. You just go to transform, format and make them into uppercase. And your countries are in uppercase now. So all these are nothing but transformations only. Whatever you want to do. Maybe if you want to replace some values, right click, you can replace values, you can replace errors, you can remove duplicates, remove errors. You can do lot of things. You can perform splitting, you can fill, drill down, so many transformation you can easily perform here. Once you are done with all these transformations in Power BI, you go to File and load your data. Close and apply. And this data is loaded back to Power BI desktop where you can use it for dashboarding. Okay. Gorak, you cannot directly install Power BI to Mac machine. You need to use some third-party software to do that. Okay. For Python, do not worry. You no need to install anything. You can always use Google Colab by using any browser. So don't worry there. You can directly use. So here comes the interesting part, that how can we create an analytic report or how do we create a dashboard. So let's try to create some basic dashboard in Power BI so you will understand. So these are the visualization pane which contain different type of visuals which you can use to create your dashboard or maybe a report. So I'm considering that you are well aware of the basics of Power BI and you are learning. This is just a doubt. So for example, you take, let's say this is my card KPI. You take any field, whatever you want to display. For example, I want to display gross sales. It is displaying me gross sales now. I can just minimize this. I will take another time this card visual here only. And this time I might want to display total profit. You got sale, you got profit. Same way, maybe I want to display chart, maybe this chart, where I don't want to display profit and sale only. I want to display gross sales. I want to display profit, but I want to display them with product or country. So you see, country wise, you can see your profit and sales. There are a lot of customization which you are supposed to do. So if you select any visual, here you have format your visual option, which will allow you to perform lot of customizations. For example, you are setting this, you can disable the title, so many things you could do. It is going to take a lot of time, but yeah, I'm just telling you that this is how you can possibly do it. Make sense? Maybe you might want to display the trend also. So you just take a line chart. This is very rough idea. So you just give it a proper time or maybe attend your sessions to understand it better. Date, and you can display the profit with respect to date. It does not taking. Yeah. And you got your tiny whiny dashboard, which does not look very good. But yeah, something like this is nothing but a dashboard. Yes, you can. If you mistakenly delete some column, so everything is being stored in steps. On the right panel, you might have observed. So if you click on that right panel and if you delete any step, yeah, you will get back your column as well. And those who want to get these notes, these documents are uploaded always to your LMS. So from there, you can directly access and you can read them. Clear? Make sense? This video will also be uploaded. But again, don't get confused. Just be very, very positive. This is Q&A session only. You have some detailed session. Attend those, you will understand more better. But still, I hope I am helping somehow. Using AI to solve SQL stored procedure problem. So see, the problem you are making, guys, you are unable to ask questions correctly with AI, whether it is about Excel problem, SQL problem, or any other problem. For example, I had just wrote an example. You might be wrote fix this SQL. See, machine does not understand your emotion. ChatGPT does not understand what exactly you want. So you need to write a good prompt. You need to write in a way that it understand your ways of problem and then can help you. Let me just give you an idea how do you write a good prompt when you are using any AI tool. This is the most, or this is how I write, and this is how I utilize it. Okay. For example, I need only three things. I need to define the role. I need to define the situation or maybe context, and then maybe what I want. So maybe I need to just provide here some rule or maybe expectation. So role is nothing but if you are solving an Excel problem, you tell act as an Excel expert. If it is a SQL problem, act as a SQL expert. So act as a, I'm telling, act as a SQL expert who has great experience in data science solving problem. Whatever you write, है ना? You write in your own language and it will be done like this. Then maybe you need to provide the situation. I am working on a data set which contains columns slash fields such as dot 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 dot. You write all the column names. What do you want? I have wrote an SQL procedure to get. You write your result. What do you want to get? Now you just say, can you just check it and debug? Then it will work perfectly and it will be able to solve your problem. Or else what it will do, whatever SQL procedure you paste, it is going to give you some answer. Those answer might be relevant, might not be relevant. So if you want to get only relevant answer, that's the only way forward, that you define a good prompt. Always you ask question through a prompt only. Okay. Make sense? Okay. See, if you want to see where do we use Python in Power BI, uh, here you see you have direct visual. You have this Python visual. Here you can write. You need to enable and here you can write Python code. For example, if I take profit here, it is asking me to write your code or paste your code by generating through ChatGPT. Anyhow, I hope you got the answer that how do you solve a SQL problem using AI. So AI can solve almost all the problems. But first, you need to understand the problem, what problem you are solving. If you don't understand that, then it is going to become difficult even for ChatGPT or for you both. Make sense? Okay, then you are wrong, Ashalata. AI does not only understand number, AI understands everything because you are writing in text and AI is understanding your text. That is what NLP is used for. NLP is nothing but a technique, natural language processing, which is used to convert your text information into the numeric information, which happens in backend. And that is how your models understand your language and generates answers in your language. Okay, clear? Yes. See, here you have this Python script. So if you select this Python script, automatically it will ask you to drop or drag a value field. So value field, we have profit, you can take gross sale, you can take any field. And then you can simply go to ChatGPT and ask to write a code, whatever you want. And I want to create a custom chart. So Python is mainly used in Power BI to create custom charts, custom visuals. Okay. Nice. Tokenization again is a different thing, guys. That is component of your ChatGPT or any AI model. So your ChatGPT models or any other models, they don't read your word as a word. They read your word into tokens. So if even if you have a larger word like hallucination, so it will divide it into multiple tokens. So converting every word into the token means into their root word is nothing but tokenization. That's a different thing. That is backend story of models or any other thing. Does AI work on probability? Yes, AI work on probability. Everything is probability about AI. It does not know the exact answer. It always just try to predict the most accurate answer as per your asking. That is how it works. Okay, make sense? Now, Microsoft Copilot in companies. How does Microsoft Copilot can be used? So those who do have Microsoft Copilot means who do have access to Excel 365 or maybe Microsoft 365 and they have premium Copilot, you will see that you can use Copilot everywhere. It is available on all the tools, whether you are using PowerPoint or you are using whatever you are using. So there you just simply ask some questions and it will try to answer very easily. So here, for example, you see here also you have Copilot. I don't have paid version of Microsoft Excel, so it will ask me to do that. But if I had, instead of going to any other tool and then asking question, here itself I can ask, can you write me a DAX formula? Can you just create a visual? Whatever. Here in this Copilot itself, I could have used. So similarly, Microsoft has integrated Copilot to its all services, to all its products. You have Copilot in Word, you have Copilot in PowerPoint, you have in Excel, you have in Power BI. So it can be used everywhere, whatever problems you are working upon. So yes, you can explore Copilot as well. Make sense? Okay, so you just need to learn the art of asking questions to any AI tool, whether you use inside Excel or you use outside Excel, it's up to you. For example, if I select this data and let's say you have Microsoft 365. So you see, this is simple option I can see. This is my data. If you click on this data analysis tab, it will ask, what do you want to analyze? It is already giving you some insights, but these are not enough for you. You want to write your own insights. Maybe display average salary. Click enter. It is telling you average salary is 50,000. Do you want to create a pivot table? You can just click on insert pivot table and it is going to insert a new pivot table. That is how it works. If you click on insert pivot table, it will just create a pivot table. And this is your average salary. No, it is not free in free version. If you have paid version, then only it is free. Okay, but no need to buy. That is what I am saying. You can use ChatGPT, you can use any tool. They all can provide you all the help, whatever you need. You just need to ask the right set of questions. Okay. Now this is a new tool, which is Whisper Flow, and it can be used, it can be installed. So mainly it is used to convert your voice to text. So it is also an AI application. So you can install to any system. I have wrote the minimum requirement as well. So see, it is like world of AI tool. If you want to create an AI application, and if you are good in Python, you will be able to create AI applications. Even these AI tool by themselves will show you all the path. Just say for example, let's say, let me ask this only. If I say act as an act as a AI app builder, I'm not writing the whole scenario in detail, just in short. Can you give me a step by step approach to build a chatbot? So I am using this AI to create another AI tool. Step by step approach. Clearly define the chatbot's purpose. It is asking you first, you help him with this, then decide the type of chatbot. So if you provide these type of information, it is going to help you. User question, send to LLM, get response, show the answer. That is a basic flow. It has given you some coding as well. So if you don't understand this coding, you will not be able to work. And this is how it is going to work. Make sense? Yeah, this is what I wrote. Very simple prompt I wrote, but you need to write it in very much detail. This is a straightforward prompt, but you need to write a proper prompt which speak about your target audience, which tells you what situation you are solving with an AI tool and how much knowledge you have on Python. So if you provide that much context to any AI tool, they are going to provide you more structured approach. Are we clear, guys? Always longer prompts are better. Shorter prompts are not better. It's like you are teaching a kid. It's like you just take yourself. You are a human. You are smarter than an AI tool. What do you think? If I tell you Python in 2 lines, will that be better? Or if I tell you in 5 lines, that would be better. So same goes with tool also. So tool also understands more context. So when you provide them more context, they help you better. Make sense? So I think this is all we have for today's session, guys. Even still, if you have some answer, if you still have some questions, of course, you can just drop those queries using the Google Form link. So me or some other trainer will be taking up these Q&A sessions and are going to help you with your queries. Okay, great. So don't just take it as otherwise. Do join all these Q&A sessions. So by hearing someone else's doubts, maybe you also learn something new every day. But treat it as a Q&A session only. Okay, guys. So I just wish you all the very best and do submit your feedback before you leave. And let's meet in the next session, hopefully, and let's learn some new things again. Great. Just be working and don't lose hope. Always be active and always make mistakes. Try to find or rectify them. Okay. Good night, guys. And yeah, what do we say? Happy Christmas. Bye bye.